Philippians 1 begins with gratitude. Paul, writing from prison, does not open with complaint. He opens with thanksgiving. I thank my God every time I remember you. Chains did not silence joy. Circumstances did not disrupt rhythm. From the first lines, we see something powerful. Faithfulness does not depend on freedom. Paul's partnership with the Philippians is rooted in shared mission, shared suffering, shared purpose. And then he declares something that becomes the anchor of this chapter. He who began a good work in you will carry it on in completion until the day of Christ Jesus. God started it. God sustains it. God completes it. Continue the rhythm, because the work is not yours alone. Paul speaks of affection, of longing, of love that abounds more and more, in knowledge and depth of insight. Growth is not accidental, it deepens. The rhythm of faith is not stagnant, it matures. He prays that they may discern what is best, be pure, be blameless, filled with the fruit of righteousness. Fruit does not grow overnight. It develops through consistency. Continue the rhythm. Then Paul addresses his imprisonment. What has happened to him has actually served to advance the gospel. Chains became platform. Opposition became opportunity. Perspective changes everything. Some preach Christ from envy, some from goodwill. Paul does not lose rhythm. Whether from false motives or true, Christ is preached. And because of this, I rejoice. Joy rooted in mission does not fluctuate with reputation. Continue the rhythm. Paul says he knows that through prayer and the Spirit's help, what has happened will turn out for his deliverance. He expects courage. He expects Christ to be exalted in his body, life or by death. And then the line that defines his rhythm. For to me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain. Life is not self-centered. Death is not ultimate loss. When Christ is the center, every circumstance becomes context for faithfulness. Paul wrestles honestly. To depart and be with Christ is better by far, but to remain is more necessary for others. Faith is not isolation, it is service. Continue the rhythm. Not because it is easy, but because it is purposeful. He urges them to conduct themselves in a manner worthy of the gospel. Stand firm in one spirit. Strive together. Do not be frightened. Unity, courage, endurance. And then he says something sobering. It has been granted to you on behalf of Christ, not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for him. Granted. Suffering is not a detour. It is participation. Philippians 1 teaches us that rhythm does not mean smoothness. It means steadiness, joy in prison, growth in opposition, purpose in uncertainty. Continue the rhythm. Thankfulness before complaint. Prayer before reaction. Mission before ego. Unity before division. Courage before fear. The good work God began is not abandoned when life shifts. It is carried forward. Faith is not built in bursts of emotion. It is built in daily alignment, in prayer, in perspective, in perseverance. Philippians 1 reminds us that progress is not always visible. Sometimes it unfolds in confinement. Sometimes it advances through resistance. but it continues because the one who began it does not stop. So today, do not let pressure interrupt your rhythm. Do not let uncertainty silence your joy. Do not let difficulty derail your obedience. Continue. Continue in prayer. Continue in unity. Continue in courage. Continue in faithfulness. Because the work is still moving. The fruit is still forming. The mission is still advancing. And the rhythm is not sustained by you alone. It is carried by the one who began it.